So good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. Welcome to our Vinyasa flow class. We're going to make it a little bit different today. So we're going to practice our Vinyasa flow like we normally do on Sundays, but we're also going to use some restorative postures. We're going to do some heart openers and some things that allows us to kind of just be really free and open today, so that when we go enjoy the rest of our day with our families, with our kids or our parents or our wives, we have an open heart, an open mind, and an openness of life, so that we can really enjoy being a part of our families, our groups, and just enjoy being with each other. So let's start in a comfortable seated position and take a moment to really settle and sink into your sits bones. You can move your weight a little forward and backwards. You can place a cushion or a block underneath your hips. Adjust yourself as comfortable as you can. And then relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Let the hands rest onto the lap or onto the knees. And let's just start with a few moments of mindfulness. Calming the mind as we focus on the breath. Aware of each inhale and aware of each exhale. Noticing as the breath comes in, noticing as the breath goes out. Observing this movement of breath without judgment and without any need to control, modify, or change the breath in any way. Keeping the breath natural. Maybe it's a little fast, maybe it's a little slow, maybe it changes as we continue to breathe. Observe. Try not to react, or change, or modify. Just simply observe. As we continue to breathe in this natural way, we take a moment to perhaps observe the sensations that are going on throughout the body. Maybe a sensation of coolness or warmth. Sensation of moisture or dryness. Tingling or itching or scratchy type of sensation anywhere in the body. Again, we don't react, but we observe in the same way we observe the breath. Perhaps allowing your mind's eye to move your awareness throughout the body. As we sit in stillness and observe the sensations of the body, the movement of the breath, we'll add in the third pillar of our Vinyasa practice here, which is the thoughts. Taking a moment to observe the quality of your thoughts. You may find yourself in a whirlwind of thoughts that move quickly and kind of haphazardly. Or you may find yourself in a vast emptiness, thoughtlessness, or somewhere in between. And in the same way we observed the breath and we observe the body, we will observe our thoughts. Noticing, not judging, not changing, not modifying, just observing. Now we'll think about bringing an attention and awareness to all three together. And sometimes when we do this, there's a feeling of elevation through the body or a feeling of lightness. See what you notice and be with it just for a few moments. As we exhale, we're going to draw our palms together at the center of the heart into our Namaskar or Anjali Mudra. Perhaps setting an intention for our practice today, or perhaps dedicating our practice to someone or something. And we'll open the sacred space of our practice today with one sound, Om. Exhaling the breath away and inhaling for Om. Gently with the next exhale, release the hands down by your sides. Bring the chin down towards the chest and see if you can press the chin towards the chest. As you move the shoulders back and down, try to feel length through both sides of the neck. Keep the head stable and start to blink the eyes open. Awareness back into your space. Inhale, lift the chin. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then again, inhale, raise the arms up. Palms come together, look up towards thumbs. If this is too much for you to start off with, you can keep the arms apart and just gaze forward. Remember to move the shoulder blades back and down away from the ears. And then exhale, release the arms back down. Again, inhale, rise up. Either arms parallel to each other or palms together looking up, elbows towards each other. Exhale, arms down. So that one more time. Inhale, raise the arms up. Gazing forward, arms parallel, fingers reaching towards sky or looking up, palms together, elbows towards each other. Reach and lengthen, draw in through the lower belly, shoulder blades back and down, find length in your spine. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Going for an easy twist, taking right hand over left knee. Left hand comes back behind you. Gently look over left shoulder. Very easy, gentle twist here. We're not trying to push or pull in any way. Just go to where your body allows. Feel the rotation in the torso. Feel the expansiveness here and behind the shoulders as you move the right shoulder forward and the left shoulder back. And then inhale, slowly coming back to center, little shoulder roll here, moving backwards maybe a couple times, moving forward a couple times, and then we'll do the other side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you, inhale, lengthen up through the spine, and then exhale, find your twist. Using your left arm as leverage, as you move the right shoulder back, the left shoulder moves forward, and you draw in through the belly to lengthen up through the spine. Keep your right hand planted firmly into the floor behind you. And take your gaze as far right as you can, stretching the ocular nerves of the eyes. Exhale, slowly coming back through to center, and again, little shoulder roll back and a shoulder roll forward. Okay, let's come onto our hands and knees. So if you're not able to come to your hands and knees, you're welcome to try all of these movements in a chair. Robbie, you know what to do. So coming onto hands and knees, go ahead and take your knees, separate them about hip width apart, hands about shoulder width apart. Draw in through the lower belly and see if you can find a length up through the rib cage to flatten out your back. So this is our tabletop position. As we exhale, let's go ahead and tuck the toes under, and then inhale. See if you can press the hips up and bring your weight back to your downward facing dog. So we're going to move this into a vinyasa. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, lift the chest, shoulders back, look up. Exhale, curl under. Inhale, back to flat back. Exhale, press back to downward facing. Inhale, knees down. Exhale there. Inhale, lift the chest, open heart, cow pose. Exhale, curl under, cat pose. Tuck the tailbone under. Keep the toes tucked under the entire time. Inhale, back to flat back. Exhale, tuck the toes under, press back to downward facing. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the knees down. Inhale, moving into cow. Exhale, swaying into cat. Inhale, coming to flat back, strong shoulders. And then exhale back to downward facing. Holding your downward facing dog here, maybe adjusting through the feet. Separating the feet hip width, hands shoulder width. Draw in tightly through the lower belly and see if you can press your rib cage towards your thighs. So press your heels down towards the earth and move your sits bones back and away. Nice, long, straight spine. Now from here, we're going to inhale, look forward, step your right foot and then your left foot about halfway up your mat, close to your hands. If your hands cannot stay on the floor, then maybe you can bend your knees to make sure your hands stay flat on the floor. So this is an option for you here. Now, once you're here, then take a moment to adjust to your feet and then inhale, see if you can fold. Now, as you fold, you might want to try to straighten your legs. Remember, this is our first Uttanasana, our first forward fold, so you want to take it gentle. From here, hold on to your opposite elbows and let's hang here for a moment. Draw in through the lower belly, reach the top of the head down, and then maybe just sway side to side if that feels good. Remember, softness in the knees is totally okay, especially if you feel like it's a lot of pull in your hamstrings. Don't force and don't fight with your body. Be kind. Practice always with humility, with kindness, with gentleness. Give your body the opportunity to open up at its own time when it's ready. Never forcing, never struggling. Just observing and seeing what you can find, just like we did in our first morning meditation earlier today before our practice. Now go ahead and release the hands, fingertips on the floor. This time, lift up halfway. So you're trying to extend the spine. Here's a good opportunity to lift your quadriceps up and lift your kneecaps up to lock out your legs. Now, once your legs are locked in place, you might want to slide your fingertips forward and bring a little bit more weight to your toes. You're really going to feel this in your hamstrings, so be kind again. If you need blocks, you can stack them underneath your hands. Or if you don't need blocks, you can bring your palms flat down to the floor. So there's always variations for all kinds of postures here. Make sure that you find what's right for you. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and soften the knees, walk the hands forward a little bit more, try to lengthen through the spine, find that downward facing dog back. So knees soft and just try to lengthen your body through, reaching your chest between your shoulders towards your thighs. Keep your knees soft and your weight nice and rooted through all four corners of your feet. Just your fingertips on the floor, lengthen. It's a nice little shoulder stretch. Now inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Soft knees, belly in. Inhale, round yourself up. Taking your time, moving with ease, control. Feel your whole body engaging as you come up to a nice standing position. Shoulders roll back and arms reach down by your sides. Moving into our first vinyasa, inhale, raise the arms, look up towards thumbs, find length in your spine. Let's go for a little heart opener here. So open the shoulders, open the arms, and then bring your arms into a little cactus shape. Keep gazing up, or you can gaze forward if you feel a little dizzy. So allow your hips to move forward as your rib cage moves up. Strong legs, press your legs against each other. Squeeze through your legs, but try to relax into your glutes. Palms are up, fingertips back, elbows back, open heart. Exhale, come back to the center line. Palms together looking towards thumbs, tuck the tailbone under, lift up through rib cage. And then exhale again, forward fold, hinging from the hips, hands to the floor on either sides of your feet, and soften your head, relax the back muscles here, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, creating a sense of space, opening through heart. Soften your knees, plant your hands on the floor, and then let's step the right foot back. So right foot steps back, great big step. From there, make sure that you are feeling comfortable with your stance, so you can move your weight forward and back, inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you move back. Inhaling as you come forward, exhaling as you move back. So you're just playing around here and trying to notice where your limits are. May not be able to straighten that left leg fully. You might have to keep a little bend. You may not be able to come forward very far. Push with your right toes to bring that left knee forward as far as you can, and then press the right heel back to straighten left leg. Now, hold the lunge. So now we're going to stack left knee over left ankle. You can keep your palms on the floor or use blocks underneath your hands. Straighten the right leg and push your right heel back. Steady breathing here. Fan out the shoulders and maybe incorporate a little work into the muscles of the arms. Strong belly, strong core, strong fingers as you squeeze the mat forward. And then exhale, release. Right knee can come to the floor. You can release the right toes. Inhale, bring your hands to your thigh, lift your chest. All right, so now we're in our lunge, Anjaneyasana. So as you move your hips forward, you want to keep your right hip rotated forward as well. So both hips pointing forward. As your hands come to your knees, lift your chest, go into a little bit of a back bend, just like we did before, those cactus arms. Bend the elbows, open the chest, shoulders roll back, and then gently gaze forward, or gaze up if you feel stable and balanced. Draw in through your navel. Press strongly forward with that left heel. And then exhale. Gaze back to center. Release the arms behind you. See if you can interlace your hands. Straighten your elbows. Good. Now, here in this breath, inhale. Lift the heart, lift the chest, and draw the fingers down towards the back of your right knee. Keep moving your hips forward, strong chest, open out, shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale back to center. Release the arms, reach up. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Beautiful. Go ahead and step or lengthen your left leg back to straighten through the left leg. Reach up through the chest. Place your fingertips on the floor, shoulders back. Now you're welcome to stay here, or if you want to go a little deeper, you can walk your hands back and see if you can sit down on the inside of your right foot. So if this is not accessible, then you're going to place the block underneath your left hip. But let's just take a moment here to see if that's a possibility for us. Your right knee is a hyper bend. So Ravi, be really careful with this one. You might want to stay in the forward version. If you are back here, exhale, fold. If you are in the forward version, so you're either going to be down here, kissing your left knee, or you're going to stay in the forward version and then folding from this upper part. And again, same thing, kissing your left knee and then kind of relaxing your elbows to the floor. So any which way feels better for you. Take a moment to settle in, hold it there, just a couple more breaths. Shoulders move away from the ears. And we're feeling steady and we're feeling strong. And then inhale, lift the head. Extend the spine. Exhale, release. Okay, we're going to take this right foot, gently take it up in front so that the foot is planted on the floor. We're going to go for an easy twist. Right foot over top of the left thigh. If this foot isn't flat, meaning if it's out on its pinky edge, and keep it on the inside of the leg instead. So you're gonna go over or on the inside. And then left arm wraps around that right knee. Hug that knee in close to the body. So get rid of any space between your thigh and your torso. Right arm behind you, close to your lower back. And then exhale, twist. Press strongly through the left leg. So the left heel pushes away. Right shoulder back. And if you feel good, maybe take that right hand to left side waist. Using your left arm to really collect your torso and twist it around towards the right side. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Release your twist, release your right leg. Take your right foot again behind you if you're in the seated position, and then come back up. Everybody will meet back to where the lifted position was. Tucking the right toe under, straightening into that right leg as we bend the left knee. We're back in our lunge. Good. We're going to take this left foot, step it back, coming to a high plank. Hold your high plank here for a few breaths. Contract it through shoulders, strong, steady breathing. Exhale, Chaturanga, or you can try knees down and then chest down towards the floor. Inhale, coming to Cobra, or you can try pressing up to your upward facing. Allow the shoulders to sit back and away from the ears. Try not to squeeze through your glutes, but contract through your legs strong as you drop your hips down towards the floor. Lift your chin, look up. Exhale, curl over the toes and downward facing dog. Good job. You can also flip one foot at a time and come to your downward facing dog that way. Steady, calm, easy breathing here. Let's hold for a few breaths. Recollecting here with the breath. Reconnecting with the body. Checking in with the quality of your thoughts. Checking in with that intention we set at the beginning of our practice. Good. And then we're going to move into the other leg. So looking forward between the hands, step the right foot forward. Big step forward and start to move. Right knee forward, right leg straight. So you're on your fingertips or your palms are down or you're using blocks and just kind of move your weight. One thing I find that really helped me with my awareness of flexibility is I allow myself to find one place that's going to direct the movement. So in this case, it's the left foot, the foot that's behind me. This left foot directs me forward as I come to the toes, and it pulls me back as I press the heel down and away. So there's other parts of the body that are working, but the movement begins for me in that place. So for you, it might be somewhere different. For you, it might be your right knee or your fingers or your core or your head, I don't know. But pick a place in your body that's going to be the director of the movement. And it will help a lot. All right, that's the next one. Hold into the lunge. If you can, palms down on the floor, hips forward and down. This is my really tight side, a lot harder for me to do this side. So if you have a side that feels different for you too, then you're in good company. Draw in through belly. Keep the fingers nice and strong, top of the head reaching forward, and then allow that left leg to really stretch back. Make sure that your right knee is stacked over your right ankle, even though it doesn't like to do that. And then exhale, bringing the left knee down to the floor, and just take a moment here to regain your balance. Find your stability. Always try to stabilize before we move on. Now, bring your hands to your right thigh and come up. And again, find balance here. So the hips move forward and down. As the hands come to the knees, the chest lifts, the shoulders roll back. Try to find balance. And then you want to make sure that this left hip keeps moving forward. You don't want to feel open in your torso, but instead move that left hip forward and keep the left toes tucked under if you wish to kind of keep you balanced. You can also release the toe. You can try both ways, see which one feels better for you. I think on this side, the toe tucked under feels pretty good, so I'm going to stay here. All right, we're going to add the arms. So inhale, lift the arms up. And just like we did in the beginning, we're going to go into those cactus arms. So bend the elbows, open the chest, shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Keep pressing the hips forward and down. This can feel like a really deep stretch in the left side quad. and the hip flexors on the left side as the right leg holds strong. Open the chest, reach the rib cage up, and then exhale, gaze forward. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, straighten through your elbows, and then once more, open up. Doesn't have to be very deep. It can be very gentle. It can be very minimal. Just see what you find. Observe without judgment. Steady, calm, easy breathing. Reach the fingers, the knuckles towards the back of the left knee. And then slowly exhale, release. Raise the arms up once more, creating space through the torso, belly's drawn in. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Good job. All right, now we're gonna release that left toe if it's tucked under. And we're gonna press our way back, coming to that right leg straight position. So toes can point down or flex. Remember, if you decide to stay here, then you're gonna fold when we all fold back. But if you have the movement, walk your hands back, maybe slide your left knee forward slightly or bring your weight down so that you are seated on the inside of your left foot. Once you're there, make sure that you are comfortable. Place a block underneath right hip if necessary, or a cushion or an extra towel. And when you're ready, exhale, grab that right foot and fold deep. You want to kiss your right knee, whether you're in the lifted position or you're down. Hug the shoulders down and away from the ears, and then steady, calm breathing as you hold here. Good, let's do one more breath. Keep the right leg engaged. And inhale, slowly lift the head. Lengthen through the spine, create space. Exhale, release. All right, so everybody come back down to a seated position, but with your left foot planted on the floor. And then again, we're gonna go for a twist. So either left foot here or on the outside of that right thigh. Hug the right arm in. Get rid of the space between your torso and your left thigh. Really squeeze everything in. You can stay here, kind of holding on to your left wrist, or bring your left hand behind you, close to your lower back, and open up, look towards the left. So your right leg is super engaged as it's pressing back through the heel, and you're reaching and opening through the left shoulder, trying to create as much twist as possible. Your left hand behind you kind of works like a second spine to keep your back nice and straight. Make sure that the left shoulder moves down, away from the ear, lengthening through the neck. And then if you wish, you can take that left arm around, reach it for your right side waist. You don't have to bind, you don't have to create connection. You just have to kind of be here for a few moments. Zena's trying to get through, but I have my computer plugged in. So she's trapped. Now, again, stretch the ocular nerve by looking as far left as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. And then slowly inhale, coming back through the center. Releasing that left leg. If you can, coming back to where we were before. Otherwise, just make your way back to that same lunge position with the right leg straight. Place the hands on the floor, bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, and we're back in that same lunge where we started. Notice if it feels a little bit different. Right foot's gonna step back, high plank. This time, if you wanna try regular Chaturanga, make sure that you're really wide so that your hands and your toes are on the floor, and then you can kind of press back through your heels and then come to the tops of your toes so your shoulder blades are over your wrists, your fingers. And then from there, exhale, bend the elbows, hug them close to your body. Keep the belly drawn in, keep this core nice and straight. Inhale, pressing up as you roll over your toes so the tops of your feet are on the floor and your heels are pointing up to the ceiling. Don't let your heels open out to the sides. Keep the legs engaged, draw in through the lower belly, lift the heart, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, curl over the toes. So start by drawing in through belly. Lift up to the lower belly, lift up to the belly, start to slide the feet in, curl over the toes, good job. And now we're back in our downward facing dog. Calm, steady breathing. Again, this is your chance to reconnect with breath. If you're feeling a little bit tired, like there's a lot going on and you need a little bit of a break, come to Balasana. Come to your child's pose. Only a few more breaths here, but take it as you wish. So if you need a little rest, Balasana will be your best friend. Stay there for a few moments. And then slowly, we're going to take the weight to the left foot and take the right leg up in the air. So this is our three-legged dog. As we point through the right toe, reach the chest towards the left thigh. Strong arms, both of them. Don't buckle through the arms, either one, keep them straight. Now gaze towards your right toes until you can no longer see your right toes. So keep kicking so far up that your right toes go out of view. Now inhale, look forward, bring your right leg up, and see if you can find this lift through the right leg, opening the heart, lifting the chest. Exhale, go back to straight. Good. Now we're going to do it differently. Come forward, but keep your right leg straight, right knee to right elbow. Exhale, take it back. Good. Let's put those two together. Inhale, right leg up, point the toe, come forward. A little bit like a scorpion shape. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Squeeze it in. Good. One more. Inhale, take it back. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, come forward, little scorpion shape. Try to reach the toe towards the back of your head as you lift your chest. Exhale, take it back. And inhale, come forward, right knee to right elbow. Hold it here. Let's do a little bit of a slide down to the wrist. Lift up to the elbow. Slide down to the wrist. Lift up to the elbow. One more. Slide down to the wrist. Lift up to the elbow. And downward facing. Steady breathing. Balasana is your friend here. Take Balasana. Child's pose. If you don't know what it looks like, it's with the knees apart on the floor. And then you can relax your forehead down. So that's your Balasana pose if you need it. Only going to be here for a few more breaths. And then we got to do the other side. You got to stay even on both sides. So let's go ahead and make our way back to downward facing dog if you're not already there. And then we're going to take the weight to the right foot, left leg up for a three-legged dog. So at first, when you first come into three-legged dog, it's going to feel a little bit out of whack, a little bit out of balance. Take your gaze to your right foot as you move your chest through. Now, as you exhale, start taking your gaze towards the left leg. And keep moving that left leg up and away as much as you can. Meanwhile, rotating the left hip down and forward until you can no longer see your left foot. And take another breath here. Inhale. Now exhale, bend your left knee, point your toe towards your head, and then slowly come forward. You're high on your right toes, and then lift your chest. Find your little scorpion shape. Exhale, back. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Left knee to left elbow. Good. Stay strong. Take it back. Three-legged dog. Exhaling. Inhaling there. Bend your knee. Take it forward to your scorpion shape. Exhale. Take it back. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Left knee to left elbow. Good. Exhale. Back. Three-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee, forward, chin up, shoulders back, find your shape. Exhale, three-legged dog. And last one, inhale, back, hold it there. Good. Now we're gonna add that lift and lower, so keep the left foot off the floor. Slide the left knee down, lift it up. One, left knee down, lift it up. Two, last one, down, lift it up. Three, and exhale back to downward facing. Let's all come to Balasana. So bring the knees down. You can have the knees apart or together, your choice. Hips back and down. Reach your body between your thighs or on your thighs, and bring your forehead to the floor. Let's rest here for a few breaths. Calm, steady breathing. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the palms planted forward, or if your shoulders, your arms need a break, you can bring the hands by your feet. And then slowly, let's inhale, come up. All right, we're gonna come up to standing so we can do tree pose, and then we're gonna finish off on the floor. So take your hands on the mat, lift your hips up, walk your hands towards your feet, separate your feet about hip width, and come back to this kind of Uttanasana with our arms hanging, this hanging, releasing. It's very nice. It should feel pretty good. And again, you can add some movement. Slowly release the arms. Inhale, roll yourself up. Okay, tree pose we've done several times. Remember that if you find yourself really struggling with balance, you can use a chair, hold on to the chair, or even a wall. Find a wall to lean onto. So we're gonna bring the weight to the left foot, and the right foot is gonna either be on the floor with the toe on the floor, heel onto the inner left ankle, or up by the calf, or up all the way by the inner thigh. So any of those three places is a perfectly good place to place your right foot. As you open your right knee, keep your left leg strong and grounded. So your left leg shouldn't be buckling or bending. This is gonna throw you out of whack. The more you can straighten and lengthen through that left leg, the easier. Tailbone tucks under ever so slightly so you can lift up through the rib cage. And let's start with the hands in prayer. Let's hold here. 1, relax the shoulders. 2, calm, steady breathing. The right foot presses into the left thigh. 3, or into the left calf. 4, shoulders back and down. 5, inhale, let's lift the arms up like a little steeple. So the palms stay together, but we open the elbows and lift the chest. Hold again for 5. 1, steady, calm breathing. 2, 3, relax the shoulders away from the ears. 4, and 5. Inhale, open the arms. Let's bring the thumb and index finger together into Chin Mudra. This is our concentration mudra. Keep the other 3 fingers connected. Stay lifted through the chest, shoulders back. Bend the elbows like we did with our cactus arms. Open the heart. 1, keep your gaze in one spot. 2, don't move your eyes around the room. 3, that left leg is talking to you right about now. 4, belly drawn in, strong core. 5, exhale, release the arms. Take your hold of your right foot, release the right foot, and let's give that left leg some love. Shake it out. Thank you, left leg. That's a lot of weight on your left leg, a lot of support. Let's switch to the right side. So now the right foot is your standing leg. This is your tree trunk. Remember your options. Left foot, toe on the floor, heel by the inside of your ankle. A little higher, underneath the knee. Right underneath the knee by the inside of the calf. So there's an option for you. You won't be able to press in very hard, but you want to have a little bit of pressure there. Do not place that foot into the knee because the knee doesn't go that way. The knee folds this way. So you don't want to be pushing it in that direction. Or your last option, foot, heel all the way towards the inner thigh or the groin, and then the toe pointing straight down. Once your right leg is contracted, try not to bend or buckle through that right knee. It's not going to keep you stable. The stronger you can make this right leg, the better. Open the left knee to the side, hands in prayer, steady breathing. 1, good. 2, and don't worry if you fall out of this posture, you get back in. You fall out 50 times, get back in 51 times. 4, keep trying. Good, I see you guys, you're looking great. 5, inhale, take the palms over the head in the steeple position, and then open the elbows, open the chest, shoulders back. Stay grounded through the right leg. 1, rooted, strong and firm. 2, steady breathing. 3, beautiful, you guys. Keep trying, Suma, you're looking great. 4, good job. And 5, exhale, open your arms, take your hands to Chin Mudra, bend the elbows, open the chest, and then see if you can start to find that concentration using your Chin Mudra. as a form of finding concentration. Your gaze is in one spot. Don't look around the room. 1. Calm, steady breathing. 2. Keep moving the tailbone down. 3. Get back in. You can do it. 4. Shoulders are engaged. And 5. Exhale, release the arms. Release that left leg. And give the right leg a little bit of love. Thank you, right leg. Okay, let's make it down to the floor. We're going to do one restorative posture. Vinyasa first. So top of your mat. Inhale, raise the arms. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, easy step, walk or jump your feet back to your high plank. Hold there as you inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Opening heart, lifting chest, shoulders back. If you're lifting your chin, look, excuse me, look to the tip of your nose. Exhale, draw into your core, press into your arms, slide your feet forward, downward facing dog. All right, for our restorative posture, we're going to look forward, and we're going to take the knees or the tops of the feet forward as we slide ourselves seated. You want to stay pressing into the arms as long as you can. All right, so we can do this on the back mat without any props. I'll show you that one first. You're going to take the soles of your feet together and your hips close to your heels as you lean your elbows back, and you can stay on your elbows if that feels good and accessible, or you can lay all the way down and then just kind of find the position here. If you want to place blocks or something underneath your knees, you're welcome to, but you can just let gravity pull them down. Relax through your abdomen and try not to arch through your back, but instead try to flatten out your back as much as you can. And then you can let your arms relax out or down or on your belly, wherever they're comfortable for you. The second option I'll give you, you can stay there if that feels good, is to use a bolster. If you have one nearby or some big cushions from a couch, you can place them right underneath you or right behind you. Set up the legs in the same way, but then this time you would roll down, and now you have all this heart opening support for your back. This one feels pretty good. You can relax your arms down by your sides, close to your body, away, or even up overhead. This is going to feel a little bit more intense. You can try it, or you can even let them rest at your belly, or one hand at your belly, one hand at your heart. So that's option 2. You can stay there. Option 3 would be to elevate the top of your bolster. So if you have a yoga block, I did have yoga blocks, but I don't know where I put them. So, but it works the same way with this cushion. So you would place the yoga block, it's okay, Terry found them, underneath the cushion. So now you're a little bit more elevated. It's a little bit more gentle than the second one. You release all the way back and then notice, this feels like heaven. So you could be there. So any variation of those 3 postures on the floor with just the bolster or with the bolster and a block or a cushion, you can find yourself there. This one fits good right now, so I'm going to stay right here. You want to relax your shoulders back. And remember, we just kind of found ourselves decreasing in intensity. So the most intense for this posture would be to do it on the floor with no props. And then as we use more props, we're decreasing the intensity, making it a little bit more restorative. So you get to choose for your body today. And we're going to just be here for a few breaths. We're going to try to release and surrender. As we connect with breath, you might want to create an audible sound, a sound coming out as you inhale and as you exhale. Now, this is not a sound we make with our throat, like a humming. It's not a it's more of a, it's the breath passing through the throat, the nose, and creating that sound, almost like a little bit of a crack in the window. The wind's coming through. And then the same sound can be repeated on the inhale. This is our breath with sound, sometimes called Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is a little bit different. It's more of a pranayama, but people usually call this Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Oceanic breathing, sometimes it's called too. It's got lots of names. So you can try that here and just observe how breathing this way really helps to calm the nervous system. Brings you back into the present awareness of this next inhale, this next exhale. Allows you to keep your mind from wandering off into thoughts, ideas, memories, daydreams, visions, illusions. Staying present, staying here, right now. If your legs are feeling a little tired from being like this, you're welcome to straighten them at some point. And one more deep breath in. One more slow breath out. To come out of this posture, regardless of whether you're using props or not, you're going to place your hands underneath your knees and then slowly start to help your legs come back to center. You don't want to do this with your legs alone because they've been like that for a while. Now, if you're on the bolsters or on your props, you can press into the elbows, lift your head. If you're all the way on the floor, you can roll over to your side and come off onto your side. So if you're on the bolsters and blocks, then you can probably just reach forward towards your knees or shins and then roll yourself up like you're doing a little bit of a curl. And then let's all meet in this seated position. Let's all hug the knees. You might want to bring the feet a little closer to your body. Hug the knees around. Maybe hold on to opposite elbows and let the forehead come down to the shins or to the knees.
Now, in the previous pose, if you don't have the bolster and you're on the floor, do you arch your back?
No, you want to keep your back totally straight. Good question, Robbie. Yeah. And then as you relax the shoulders away from the ears, let yourself be nice and rounded and let it go. And slowly let's release, come back to center. That's a very good question. If you don't have props, you do want to keep your back nice and flat on the floor because otherwise you're not using anything to create the arch and now you're holding the arch by yourself. You're in there too long to hold that arch. So now let's go ahead and do one more little bit of a hip kind of relaxed posture. You're going to take your feet, separate them, and then we're going to bend the right knee kind of so that we can line up the heel and the knee. This kind of looks like, you know, that thunderbolt shape with the left heel and left knee in one line, right heel, right knee in one line. And then this is going to automatically pop your left hip up. So what I want you to do is use your hands to kind of square off your body here a little bit so that that left hip can lower down. And then we're going to exhale and fold over the right leg. So if you don't have the flexibility to come all the way down and you have your props nearby, then you can bring your hands to the props, or you can, if you have like a wall or a couch, even right in front of you, anything that you can bring your hands to will work. But again, it's not necessary. You can also just keep the hands on the floor or the elbows down and make your way down towards that right leg. Always moving a little bit more weight forward into that left hip and just observing how everything feels. If it feels really tight or really painful, clearly you want to back up. Remember, yoga is not about pain. It's quite the opposite. It's about finding the ease of our suffering, not just physically too. That's our emotional, our spiritual suffering. Yoga helps to heal that. It gives us awareness of self. Sorry, the kids are up now and there's going to be a little bit of noise, so pardon the noise in my house. So as you move that left shoulder forward, see if you can relax a little bit more. And maybe bring the forehead down or the chin down. Or again, if you have a block or a prop, you can bring your forehead there. And let's relax here for a few more breaths. You want to make sure the feet are flexed, so to protect the knees in this position. So don't point through your toes, but instead flex through your feet. And let's just be here for a few more breaths. And slowly, let's inhale. Lift the head, press into the hands. Slowly make your way back up. You can remove your cushion or bolster, and then we're going to slide the legs to the other side. So just a simple twist or rotation, and then we'll just do the same thing on the other side. If you used your pillow or bolster on the other side, bring it to this side. Again, the right knee underneath the right knee. So you don't want this knee behind you or this foot behind you, but right underneath the knee, right in line with the top of your mat. And same with the left. And then take your time to really rotate, adjust. You can kind of sit back, move into the right hip. Observe as the right hip moves forward, moves back. What's happening with the left? What are the knees feeling, the ankles? Just really take a moment to observe your body. Only as you feel ready, start to lean forward. And just remember that sometimes the leaning forward will be different depending on your side. So for me, for example, this side feels a little tighter today. So you might want to take it easy, use more props, maybe stack up your bolsters or cushions, stack up your yoga blocks if you have them, so that you can find a way to release. I have a wonderful teacher that always says you don't want to go from 0 to 100. So maybe you go 0 to 50, 0 to 60 at this point. And then observe and take a moment to just stabilize. Always move from a place of stability. You don't want to move from a place of struggle. Once you've been there for a little bit, then maybe you can decide to go a little deeper, or you can just simply stay. Always remembering that this practice is yours and yours alone. I give suggestions, but you're welcome to accept them or decline them as you see fit. You can decide to maybe bring the elbows a little lower. It's always important to remember that we don't want to judge our bodies by our limitations. So our bodies will have limitations. This is what makes us human. These are good things. These are things that allow us to grow. One of my spiritual teachers, Thich Nhat Hanh, talks often about no lotus, no mud, no lotus. Without the mud, you cannot have a lotus. So sometimes our mud is just the limitations, wishing we could do something that we aren't able to do at this time. And if we start to cling to that thought that, oh, you know, my body does this or I can't do that, when we look at it through a physical lens, then, you know, it gives us, it blocks us from moving forward, from allowing ourselves to grow, to get to that lotus. We'll get stuck in the mud the whole time. And the beauty about our yoga practice is that we work our bodies physically, but all of these teachings can be applied to our emotional state and to our mental state, because in reality, we are beings that are combined of all of these things. They're all interconnected. So as you settle into maybe your 80% or your speed of 80, you're a little bit more warmed up. If possible, you can release. If not, then just stay where you are. No worries. No need to judge, no need to fight with your body. Observe, give your body some love, some gratitude. And just be here a few more breaths. And slowly inhale. Let's lift the head, slide the hands underneath. You can move your bolster or your cushion out of the way. Take a moment now to come back to center and straighten the legs. We're gonna go ahead and come right to our Shavasana. So take a moment to lay on your back. Bring the knees into the chest for a moment. Maybe a little happy baby here feels good, or just some rounding and moving through the sacrum, through the lower back. And as you're ready, you can stay hugging the knees. You can go into an easy twist. Remember to always finish your practice in whichever way feels right for you. When you're ready, you go ahead and come to your Shavasana. Let the arms down by your sides, palms facing up. Again, here we're not trying to arch up through the chest, but we're trying to flatten out as much as we can so that we feel fully supported by the mat, by the floor, by the earth below us. Today's Mother's Day. The one mother we all share is our Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Feel held by her today. As the shoulders soften, you start to let go. Let go of tension, let go of tightness. Find yourself surrendering. However your practice went today, remember it was exactly how it was meant to be. Acknowledge the lessons learned. Completely relax. Completely let go. Scan through your body and see if you can find places of tension or tightness. And when you do, make a conscious effort to relax. Full surrender. Slowly and gently. Let's start by bringing awareness back to this body, just in case we've gone somewhere else. Sometimes we get so relaxed we may fall asleep, or our minds may just drift off. So come back to the awareness of where you are, embodied right here, right now. And then let's start to move the head towards the left, bringing the left ear towards the floor. And gently move the head back to center, right ear towards the floor. Just waking up the neck and head. Try to keep the shoulders still, no movement through the shoulders. Continue side to side. Then we'll add the movement of the fingers as we continue to move the head side to side. Then we'll add the movement of the toes, gently reawakening the body. If moving the head to side doesn't quite feel good or right for you, you can keep your head still. Remember, just always taking those options. Maybe move the hands a little bit more, the fingers, the feet, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. And let's come to a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, reaching the feet down and away, maybe pointing or flexing through your toes. Lengthening up in opposite directions, reaching your body, really stretch fully. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Tight, tight little ball, lift the forehead towards the knees, squeeze yourself tight. You can roll over onto the side or simply cross your ankles and use a little momentum to come to seated. Once we're in seated, just take a moment to again find your sits bones, find your root, find your ground. Lift up from there through the spine and the top of the head. And then we'll draw our palms together at the center of the heart to seal our practice with one sound, Om. Exhaling the breath away and inhaling for Om. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies support us with health and with strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly with ease. Namaste. Beautiful work today, you guys. Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for joining me today.